Laughing Ogre. Hello, YouTube. You know, just when I think that for the last time I've looked somebody right in the face and said, you can't hurt my feelings, I don't have any. Somebody comes and they out-ogre the ogre, and, you know, I'm not going to get into an ass-kissing contest with anybody, or an ass-kicking contest, or any kind of contest that has to do with ass. Well, almost any kind. But let me just say, the Britisher, I don't even have words, brother. That was the coolest thing that anybody's ever done for me, and probably the last, you know, at least 3 or 4 days. And a very cool thing, a very cool hand up. I gave the most offhanded plug I think I've ever given, just because he has some superior, hard-hitting content. The man is obviously, Britisher, if you're didn't go to Oxford town or so, if you didn't go to some big, fancy, hallowed halls where there's ancient old men painted on the walls, you know, and these big velvet, you know, not velvet, but you know, that's kind of cheesy, you know, but this big oil paintings of these big old stern men just giving you the old, you know, probably got a hairline like mine up underneath the hat. Well, I'll answer a couple questions before I do what I want to do for this gentleman. Number one, I don't expect any reciprocation from anyone. I say what I want to say when I want to say it, to whom I want to say it to, as long as that thing is not a call to violence or inciting a riot or yelling fire in a crowded church, cathedral, or other kind of theater gathering of people. I want to make a couple points, and then first, mellifluous. Unbelievable. I love the word. I love words. I've often considered myself a wordsmith. In a previous life, I may or may not have had some kind of education in divinity. But mellifluous, what a beautiful word. It means of a voice or words, sweet or musical, pleasant to hear. My brother, Britisher, what do you want to do? You want to make me cry now? You want to see me crying up here, and it's like, oh, you know, you give some what some people might consider some backhanded comments, but coming from you was some of the most beautiful things a human being has ever said about me. Brother, I wish I could buy you a pint, a cuppa, coffee, or maybe some tea. I think y'all call it cuppa over there, right, for coffee? We could get on the settee and we could have a little tea together. Anyway, look, I'm rambling, as I always will on this, but I got some hard-hitting news coming to you tonight. But my computer kind of went down, the one I'm using right now, because it's 11 years old. I built it, and it's probably coming to the end of its usefulness. I was horrified to see that this brother just gave me a hand up in everything on my channel as soon as the Britisher condescended to mention somebody in the far-flung, how do you put that, man? In the far... Anyway, the far-flung colonies. Yes, these are welded. It hurt when I took them off earlier so you could see me ojos. My eyeballs, me glass balls. To quote Alexander DeLarge, another really, really, really cool Brit. All right, anyway. Listen, what I want to do today is I'm going to play a little song just because he said I had a mellifluous voice. But before I do that, just, you know, not necessarily a plug for the Britisher. I think I already did that again. If I didn't, go check him out. There'd be a link in the description. Probably always a link in the description to at least 2 people, the Britisher and the Hard Bastard. I'm going to give you the number 1 reason why that is, because both of these gentlemen will not lie to you. They will tell you the truth. You don't have to like him because he's British. You don't have to like the other one because he's American. You don't have to like the one because he sounds like he went to British public school and got straight A's in English, where they actually invented the language. You don't like that, like the other one because he says, you know, whatever. You know, the bastard, he'll tell you, you know, he'll just tell you. Believe me. If you don't believe me, go check him out. So anyway, that said, I don't do any of this for any reciprocation, but what you did, brother, was give me a great big hand up. So what I want to do is I want to educate my beloved, but sometimes, but, you know, I don't want to be a Mark Dice and say all y'all are mentally enslaved morons, but sometimes, my American brothers and sisters, we can let it slip, and we can believe that we created freedom when in 1215, 1215, 12/15, on the 15th of June. 12/15, fathom that, fellow Americans. There wasn't not only not in America, I don't even think there was an Amerigo Vespucci, and I'd have to check that out. There was no America at this point. And 12/15, on the 15th of June, King John accepted a charter and said, listen, y'all are free. I'm a figurehead. The English invented freedom. The English were the first to say, I should not own a fellow human being. The English, you know, you have to give some credit to the, I'm not even going to say it in this video out of respect for the Britisher, but you might have to give some credit to people that think they make the best food and wine in the world and sound like they're clearing their throat when they're talking. But hey, for me, because my language, my culture, he wanted to say something about pop culture and, you know, how Americans were great. Oh my goodness, go listen to some old Cream albums. Watch Ginger Baker. And if you didn't know, I don't even know if you can see him over there. I'll lift it up and let you a little insight into my life. There should be, well, there's some guitars over there, obviously, a bunch of guitars. But behind that couch that I don't think you can quite see, right over there, is a drum set. It's a blues kit. It's a 3-piece Sunlight blues kit. One of the last Sunlight kits. It's old. Anyway, look, I'm digressing again. This was only supposed to be 6 minutes. The Magna Carta, ladies and gentlemen. I don't practice anything. I don't write a script. Once again, I don't think the bastard does, and I think that the Britisher does have a script. Don't care. Go, you know. And again, man, I'm plugging these people because I love life, because I love freedom, because I know if I ever get in trouble and I could get a message to the bastard, and I would, bastard, I'd get you a message, and I was unjustly accused of some ridiculous, made-up, out of whole cloth, bullcrap, SJW nonsense crime, that I bet he'd have a video up there. Hell, I bet my British brother, if I would try to end up being like Ronnie Hutton, who I looked up, look him up, he mentions him, Ronnie Hutton, revving his car in how do you rev your car in oh man, how do you rev your car in a racial fashion? Are you kidding me? England, please remember, English people, as you open your doors and open your hearts and you allow your wonderful island that we will fight in the streets and in the cities. We will fight on the land and in the sea and in the air. We will never surrender. I mean, give me a break. I mentioned in another video earlier, because I'm so interested in English culture and English history, what Winston Churchill went through. And if you think he was just a fat, old, bald, pasty white man from England his whole life, check out what he did in World War I. All right, come on. Remember, the Magna Carta was given to us by the British. Freedom, arguably, was given to us by the British. If I'm wrong about that bastard, one of you that likes evidence, and I just was reading this off of a real credible source, I think it's Wikipedia, whatever this is. I was reading about the Magna Carta and when it was written. I knew it was a long time ago. To be perfectly honest, I was trying to make myself look smarter than I really am by, you know, having the date right there, and then it was King John. Listen, freedom's what it's about, a diversity of ideas. But since this beautiful person with a lovely voice, I don't know if everybody likes him, I don't care, because I could go to sleep listening to the Britisher, and I don't mean that in any pejorative manner. I mean that his voice could carry me to sleep, or it could carry me to deep thought and to deep wonderment. And if you haven't checked it out, check out The Biggest Loser of 2016. Oh my goodness, I can't even mention the video, and I'm about ready to to pee the pants with joy and laughter. I mean, this guy is, oh, come on, you know, and besides that, hey, give us a shot. I really, really, really appreciate the people that have been watching my videos. You know, for anybody, if you don't remember this before I move on, if anyone can name this character right here, this character, I'm not going to start giving out hints quite yet. I hope he's coming up there pretty good. Again, I'd like to thank everybody I've seen do this hand thing, because we learned by modeling. Says Albert Bandera and others. Tell me who that is. Put it in the comments. And I don't know, I'll do something cool for you. I'll play a song of your choice. And boy, that's a bold thing to say on YouTube, isn't it? I'll figure it out. I'll turn it into a 3-chord hat trick no matter what I got to do and just like spit it out to you. So, mellifluous. Wow. Not maleficent or maleficent, but mellifluous. Pertaining to the voice. Something beautiful, something nice on the ears. A better compliment from a Brit that I bet would stand at attention in front of his home or his flat or wherever he is and salute the Union Jack as bombs are falling right now with a straight, stiff upper lip and a steely glint in his eyes, not fearing death, but thinking of the many Brits that came before him and laid their lives down before there was an America, before there was an Amerigo Vespucci, before there was freedom. There were Brits laying their life down so that you could be free. Don't get on here and tell me they laid their life down so they could steal India or something either. Because if they haven't made up for whatever they may have done wrong, I will kiss somebody's butt in downtown London and give them 5 minutes to draw a crowd. All right, let's get along. And I do have some news I want to cover. I'm going to cover some news, not in this video, in the next one. But this right here, from memory, boy, I hope I don't mess it up because I ain't going to cut it even if I do. This is a little ditty written by, oh my goodness, I'm going to have such a brain seizure talking about Magna Carta and trying to sound smart that I'm not going to remember that John Prine wrote this song, and I'm trying to dig a little deep, not too deep, but deep into Americana, and I'm doing so because the Britisher recognized a very low-playing Elmore James saying something to the effect of, "We're going to have 3 shows tonight, honey. We're going to have some fun if the police don't stop us from 9:30 to 1. I don't care." I'm just wailing out Dust My Broom. There was some other ones in there, by the way, before I play this. If you recognize any of the songs in the background in my regular videos, and this one here, because there will be a song in the background before I play this song, go ahead and see if you can name them. The Britisher started something I think is pretty cool. See if you can tell me in order. Some of these are ancient blues songs, not pre-war blues, not that ancient, not wax ring ancient, but old. So here it is. This is for you, Britisher. This is John Prine. Well, this is the Ogre's version of John Prine's Paradise. When I was young, my whole family would travel Western Kentucky, where my parents were born, to a backwards old town that is often remembered. So many times that my memories are worn. Daddy, won't you take me down to Lunenburg County, by the Green River where the paradise lays? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. By this cold train to drag it away. Sometimes we would float ourselves down the Green River to an abandoned old prison on Adria Hill. We drink lots of whiskey, and we shoot with our pistols. Empty soda bottles is all we would kill. Daddy, won't you take me down to Lunenburg County, by the Green River where paradise lays? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Be by this cold train to drag it away. Then the man came along with the world's largest shovel, and he tortured the timber, and he raped all the land. The dug floor is cold, and he left empty holes there. Chalk it all up to the progress of man. Daddy, won't you take me down to Lunenburg County, by the Green River where the paradise lays? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Be by this cold train to drag it away. When I die, let my ashes flow down the Green River. Let my soul roll right up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting just 5 miles away from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me down to Muhlenberg County by the Green River where the paradise stays? Sorry, my son, but you're too late asking. Peabody's coal train drag it away. Mr. Peabody's coal train drag it away. Well, I can't apologize for any minor mistake I may have made there. I guarantee you I have not played or even probably thought about that song much for at least a year. I'm not going to ramble on much more. There probably won't be no music over me right now, and that sounds a little flat when I listen to the playback and it's just me droning. So remember, folks, the next time you want to think about freedom, you go find a British person, maybe the Britisher himself. You shake his hand. You tell him thank you for the many British lives that were lost, the many British lives that were lost in the name of freedom long before they ever fought us in the War of Independence. You think about that. The next time you enjoy your freedom, you think of the hard bastard. You know, and I know I'm trying to stick with the small fries. What does Steven Crowder need me to say anything about him for? I guarantee you, I sent him some videos because I said something about is he greedy, and I offered Gay Jared $100 to take his shirt off. I don't think that, they ain't gonna give me no shout out. And that said, hey, hard bastard, all the rest of y'all, Britisher, anybody that's watching this, Iron Skeptic, any of y'all that I've mentioned, even, Steve Shivers or Jimmy Dorn, you're going to see these videos eventually because I'm going to be bigger than fried chicken, baby. So's the Britisher, so's the hard bastard. You watch. We are the new thing. We are the new news. We are the new ideas. We are the diversity of ideas that hopefully will help you to remember to be good to your loved ones. For an hour that you think not, they will depart from you.